I wrote a lot, even as a child, and I told stories. And I was, I think I was just born a fiction writer. Also, a liar, in a way. You know, I mean, and I read a lot, and so my idea was very easy to enhance life and change it and get it the way you want it by telling stories. I think I'm somewhat of a ham. And I like to stand in front of and kids are pretty accepting. Well, they seem to be. Maybe they're not. You can't be boring, but if you have a lot of resources at your fingertips, to pull off, which I did. I have been very lucky. So many people suffer from being torn this way and that way. They don't have work that goes with what they want. They have to suffer through all that. Once even well before, I have always been able to do, at least, once out of childhood, uh, things the way I thought they should be and of a piece, in a community way, with some politics, and a lot of things that doesn't exist in some places, but it seemed to exist in here. I always loved hiking and camping, and I done a long 500-mile trip on the Yukon River, which ended up in 3 days in a river in a red canoe, which you will find in the DVAA. That's another thing, a great thing. I came up here, and they had the little nature store, and there was 3 days on a river in a red canoe. I thought, I'm here already. It was like, wow, here's a community that is a community and has some art and things that I'm interested in. At that time, NACLA was a little bit like Bread and Puppet Theater, and I had been active, and a follower of Bread and Puppet, and had been in a couple of the shows, and so it was in my tradition. And I realized that the DVA was available. It was just the kind of thing I was interested in. I was living alone, I could walk up to town. I did drive then. So, if there was something playing in the Tustin Theater, I would go. I just adopted it. And then I discovered the poster auction, which I just loved. It was made to order. And I would get there, 5 minutes before the paint wet on my poster, number 60 or 59.
So you feel the DVA contributes to your
Oh,
quality of life?
immensely. Whenever I just describe this town to people, and I think they might like to live there, I say, we had this marvelous facility, and there are all these things you can do because that's not customary.